Guys are all enjoying the traffic on 85 or 285 or wherever you find yourself right now. I know for the opening day of session, Alex, you were downtown at like, I don't know, 6 freaking a.m. to avoid traffic today. Guys, lighthearted intro, but this is a nasty, nasty conversation we have to have with you guys about what's happening today. For those who missed it, is the opening day of the 2024 legislative session here in Atlanta. And guys, we are hearing horrible things already on day one. But one thing is 100% certain. One thing is knowable. It's not speculation. It's all over the news over the last couple of days. You guys have all seen this. You've been asking us about this, and that is what in the hell is going on with Georgia Carry, the other gun group here in Atlanta, supporting the radical left Michelle Au's gun control bill. It is all the news today in the Capitol. Everyone's talking about this. You guys have questions, and we're going to break this down for you. Alex, you were in Atlanta, downtown the Capitol all day today. And how many times were you approached by lawmakers who were telling you how amazing it was? And these were not good people, that they have a gun organization on board backing Michelle Au's gun control bill.
That is exactly the right way of saying it. They were in support of this. These are the rhinos. These are the worst of the worst in the building who were so afraid of GGO pressure, of gun owners coming in and phone calls and emails and petitions this session in demanding that they pass pro-gun legislation or crush gun control. And they were openly gloating at the fact that they now have a ringing endorsement for HB 855 by the other gun group here in the state of Georgia. And they're just openly mocking gun owners as they now believe that they've got their golden ticket to screw us and stab us in the back.
All right, guys, so here's the hot details you have to have. Alex gave the bill number. It's HB 855. This is, so let me break this down. Michelle Au used to be a senator. She lost that seat, got a different district, jumped back down to the House. She is, without a doubt, the nastiest gun grabber we have today in Georgia. You thought Stacey Abrams was bad? Michelle Au is far worse because she's far more able to make a point. She's quasi-coherent, as a matter of fact, and she is wrapping her gun control agenda in her white doctor's cut and making this a matter of public health. It's a public health crisis. So while she has things like red flags and all the rest of the entire armada of gun control bills, her most recent bill is an attempt to reach across the aisle and find a compromise. And this bill, HB 855, would give Georgians, would give us money from the state via a tax break, Alex, correct?
Tax incentive, a rebate, if you will.
A rebate to buy a gun safe. Now, that might sound pretty great, right? State money to buy a gun safe. Here's the reality. This is going to register indirectly every single gun owner in Georgia and give the state of Georgia a list of gun owners because, Alex, as you told me, we have to show them proof that we bought the safe to get the rebate.
When you file your taxes, you have to file with the state of Georgia the receipt for the purchase of the gun safe. Guys, I put a lot of other stuff in a gun safe, but there's always guns in a gun safe. So at this point, Michelle Au and GA2A, or Georgia Carry, they are giving whatever government is in control, the Democrats or the Republicans in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 years from now, they're giving the state of Georgia, and de facto the federal government, if they so choose, a list of every gun safe and their owner in the state of Georgia for the mere shekels, 350 shekels, basically.
Guys, this is what happens every time in state capitals all across the country. There's always some old retread has-been organization. Alex, find a picture of Jerry Henley and put that up on the screen when you get a chance. There's no rush on this. When you get a chance, get a picture. So Jerry Henley, the former, head honcho at Georgia Carry, who we haven't seen in the Capitol in several years now, Alex. I mean, all we see is other people. This guy, what's that?
It's been a bit.
Yeah, I know. So this guy is now making news because Michelle Au is thanking him and the members of Georgia Carry for supporting her gun control bill. Here's her tweet from just a couple of days ago. So helpful to see this statement from Georgia Carey, GA 2-way, 3-way, 5-way in support of HB 855. And so now what you've got then is a politician like Michelle Au able to hold up this press release from Georgia Carey, and she can now browbeat other Republicans and, of course, the Democrats in the building to say, hey, you know what? It's all good. You can back this bill, and you're going to have cover at election time. Not only will you not be attacked, you're going to have cover from Georgia Carey. This is the kind of betrayal that should make your blood boil with rage. So as we said in the open here, if you're one of the 5 to 8 members who still support Georgia Carey, please understand that they are actively shivving you in the ribs, because the real issue here is not even necessarily about this bill, 855. The problem is the entire momentum right now, it's changing here in Atlanta. Yep. Everyone knows it. We've all felt this all last session. We've all felt that we're moving from an offensive direction to a defensive direction. Not that one, Alex. I'm looking for the.
I got the other one. It's there.
We're looking for, and so we're going from offense to defense. We're moving from trying to advance SEPA from enhancing stand your ground law and from banning red flags to now we are on defense. And that has already effectively been accomplished by Michelle Au with the complicit support of this pathetic backstabbing organization. You know, Alex, I talked to Patrick Parsons, our former director, just a little bit ago, and I called him and I was like, that's too new a photograph. That's way too new. I mean, that's way too new. I asked him, I was like, just remind me, you know, in your day, what was it like with you guys in Georgia Carey? And he just laughed because he's like, Aaron, for 10 years, Georgia Carey worked to sabotage our efforts to pass constitutional carry. And that tracks because when I was testifying on behalf of GGO Nation in committee in 2022, there you go, Alex. When I did that, it was the committee members who sat there and said to the Georgia Carey lobbyists, they said, well, wait a minute. You guys have always been opposed to constitutional carry. What's up with this switch? And honestly, I burst out laughing. Alex, you were, I think, sitting right beside me.
I was there.
You know, burst out laughing because everyone knows, everyone in Atlanta knows that Georgia Carey was opposed to constitutional carry for so many years. And only when GGO Nation and GGO members made it impossible for the bill to not become law in 2022, then they clamor up at the last minute, oh yeah, we support this bill. And now they're right back to their backstabbing treachery again, supporting Michelle Au's bill. And guys, this is going to have real consequences. Here's a screenshot of the actual bill so you guys can verify this stuff for yourself. Again, we're talking about HB 855. You can find it yourself on page 2 of the bill, but you're going to have to give GBI or the state or whoever it is, you're going to have to give them a receipt with your name and address on it, creating an indirect, we'll call it, gun control, gun registry. This is insanity. And it's changed the momentum already on the ground on day one here in Atlanta. Alex, see that photograph of these little codgers? Where's that thing at? I can't help it. I can't help it. I got to see it. Yeah, I mean, you know, there might have been a time, you know, back when Noah was on the ark, getting off the ark, when maybe these guys had something decent to add to the public discourse. But guys, I'm telling you, Georgia Carey has been stabbing us in the back time and time and time again. And now there's no, you don't have to take my word for it. Yeah. All you got to do is check out Michelle Au's presser right there, thanking a gun control organization for their a gun rights organization.
Gun rights. Let's
gun rights for their support. Alex, Michelle talks about us too. I don't think she likes you at all, and I don't think she likes me. And she's given us screenshots too, right?
She has shared the love between the two groups. And guys, I want to take a look at this. Okay, Michelle Au is the most rabid radical in the House of Representatives here in the state of Georgia. She has filed, looking at my list on the wall, universal background checks, waiting periods, storage penalty. She's on storage penalty. She's on repeal constitutional carry. She wants to ban AR-15s for anyone under 21, red flag laws. The list goes on and on and on. When someone this vile that hates their hatred for the Second Amendment is so vile. If this person talks in a positive light about an organization, I think that should be enough. Now, if you're looking for counter intel, or if you're looking for a counterbalance, then if she shows love to these people, then truly who she hates must actually be fighting for our gun rights.
Alex, before you even get to that, I just want to accentuate your point, because it's a great point. We see this happen all the time in Congress, right? We see Joe Biden standing there at a gun control signing ceremony with Senate Republicans behind them, right? This happened 2 years ago with the red flag funding bill. It happened again 2 years ago with the VAWA Reauthorization Act. And they fill the Rose Garden, or maybe it's the the Oval Office or whatever it is, with Senate Republicans to show the world how, you see, everybody agrees with this gun control proposal. And everybody out in the cheap seats, we all know this is backstabbing, treachery, time and time again. It's a great point, Alex. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now with Georgia Carey. But alas, for Michelle Au and for all the rhinos who are sitting there thinking, maybe, just maybe, we can back a gun control bill. The problem they have is Georgia gun owners, because you guys are ruthless, hungry, snapping, snarling dogs in the primaries. And we have proven that time and time and time again. And guess what? Now that we're past New Year's, it is officially election season.
Oh, yeah.
And that means that our primaries are only a couple of months away. And so for any Republican thinking for a hot second that you can back this gun control bill and Georgia Carey will protect you, that's like saying this guy is going to carry your smoldering corpse out of a house fire. No, dude, he cannot help you. They cannot help you. You will be exposed in your district at election time with every tool that GGO has to bring to bear. So back to our friend Michelle Au, Alex. She does not like us. This is a screenshot recently, right after Christmas. And here I thought we were in the time of year of love and peace and harmony, and Michelle's out there attacking. I don't even like that screenshot. It makes me seem like I'm not even being nice. And she's angry at Georgia gun owners because we are exposing her gun control agenda, and we're reminding the Republicans of what will happen to them if they even blink. Wasn't there a second one too, Alex?
There was another one right beside it. You got a twofer.
There we go. Day. There we go. So the tactics of these groups are to threaten and intimidate lawmakers. Alex, I think we might have just intimidated them again because make no mistake, any Republican who thinks about this twice will be eviscerated during session, let alone during the upcoming primary election season, which is just a couple freaking months away. And so while Georgia Carey might be giving Michelle Au some cover during session, they cannot give cover to anybody at election time because they are basically a walking ghost. They have no power, they have no resources, and they haven't had them for a very long time. And the reason for it is very simple. Everyone knows that they are complicit in aiding the enemy in Georgia, and they have been for a very long time. Everyone knows the name David Ralston, and of course, he is now resting somewhere after he passed away just a short minute ago. But going way back in the old days, Georgia Carey was flaunting their photograph with David Ralston, who was the guy killing constitutional carry year after year after year. Now, Alex, you and I met with the Speaker of the House 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. With the House leadership, entire team, the whip, majority leader, speaker, gosh, half the caucus was there. But we're not stupid. And so when they wanted to get photographs, we said, thank you, but no thank you, because we know exactly how these photographs are used. But Georgia Carey has got a long time fetish with taking photographs with Republican leadership to promote their own interests. And that is used to harm gun owners' interests here across the state. It's despicable behavior.
You're making a very clear point, but we're not saying it is. Georgia Carey has a method of their power being in how they kiss backsides or other things in the state capitol in order to appear to be important and to have
Right.
favor with everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And so their ego is what drives them, their status with legislators, with leadership. Right. Guys, I work for the best bosses in the entire state, and that's gun owners, Georgia gun owners, members, and supporters. I am held accountable by you guys. And so I am there to do your bidding, and I don't care who is happy or mad at the end of the day. And that is the very stark difference, because that means that no politician can buy us with pictures, with Facebook posts, tagging us. Thank you for sitting down at the table and discussing this stuff. You're not going to find them sharing nice things about us online or talking nicely about us in the news. And that is a very healthy sign of an organization that is not compromising on legislation. And we are exposing the Republicans and the Democrats who are out there actively trying to stick us in the back.
Yeah, guys, this is the opening day of session. It's only going to get worse. Yes. We're going to see more and more of this, because when a bunch of lawmakers need cover, this is exactly what they do. Yeah. They go to the shelf, they find an old has-been, decrepit, two-man organization. They pull it off the shelf, they blow the dust off, and they say, here, you can give us cover now during this session and then during the elections, right? And we'll praise you guys, and you guys praise us, and we'll have this big bromance together. And the whole idea is that gun owners get screwed. And the thing is, that worked. For a very long time, that worked. That worked for decades before GGO came along, and we specialize in blowing up insider deals like this, and we're going to make sure that we do that here. So, yeah, that's pretty much the main story, guys, for tonight. It's the opening day of session. We have major fights upon us. We have a chance to pass the Second Amendment Preservation Act and stop Joe Biden from using Georgia cops to enforce federal, tyrannical, unconstitutional gun control laws. We have a chance to beef up stand your ground laws, so we're not forced to prove our innocence in court after we're forced to use our gun. Instead, the government has to prove our guilt. There's a chance to ban red flag gun seizures. There's a lot of good that can be done before this election cycle. But if we don't deal with this issue head on, we're going to find ourselves on a defensive footing the entire session. That may already be the case. We're going to find out, because we're here day in and day out. But guys, if you are one of the, like I said, one of the 5 to 8 members who are still supporting Georgia Carry, feel free. You've got my permission to take your membership status, whatever that is, a card, a letter. Maybe they still use carvings on, on bark or something. Tablets. And you can burn it. You can burn it. And join the organization who will never betray you, who will never sell you out, and who will always make politicians tremble in fear, as they're doing right now. Guys, that is Georgia freaking gun owners. So get involved in that fight, guys. Join GGO.com. Join GGO.com. Don't forget, Facebook hates us. Like Michelle Au hates us, right, Alex?
Yeah,
and so obviously our videos are always hammered when it comes to views. So share this content online. Make sure your friends see it. Tag your friends. Share it on your feed, whatever you want to do. We will certainly have this video sent out to our members via email. If you're watching right now through email, just hit the forward button. Make sure Georgians know there's a fight on here in Atlanta. It's underway right now. Today is day one, and our so-called allies are stabbing us in the back. Guys, much more to come. It's just the opening day of session. It's going to be a blast. We'll keep you guys informed every step of the way. You guys have a great night.